Hello guys, welcome to Matters Arising, and this is the informant. So you are probably part of an existing investment platform, or maybe you have been part of an investment platform, especially the online ones, and you have begun to witness a few things that are probably worrying you, or you are beginning to experience some weird signs that have not been there before, and yet you have been a member for some time now. So today we are going to talk about a few signs that will tell you that a Ponzi scheme or an investment platform per se is going to close down anytime soon. Okay, to begin with is the issue of delayed withdrawals. If you are part of an investment platform, for example, there's a recent one that is been here in Kenya, and it's called LWE Football. There are many people who have invested in the platform, and recently they have really had a lot of delay with their withdrawals. That's a good example of an investment platform that is about to close down. Believe you me, this is not the first one that is coming in the market. There have been others before. For example, there have been some like Eken, some like Amazon Web Worker, Global 19 Football, and several others that are in the same line. And most of them, this is how they end. You find that you have been investing in this platform for some time. You've invested your millions, your thousands, in their hundred thousands, and you've made some good money for some good period of time. Then it reaches a point that you want to transact and you want to make a withdrawal, probably because you have an emergency, or you just want to withdraw and use your money for some basic or important needs. And so you realize that when you initiate that withdrawal process, it doesn't go through, or rather it goes through, but it takes a lot of time, usually lasting up to 2 or 3 days while it's still processing. I believe you've experienced that. If you have been in some of these platforms, if you see the kind of time or the amount of time it takes before the withdrawal happens, is usually too long until you'll have to wait, and in most cases you never receive your money. And that's the sad part of it, because you see, once the withdrawal begin to delay, it means that they are almost flying away, and so that should tell you that something is not right. So when you begin to see such signs, know that the platform is disappearing soon. Okay, number 2, the issue of increased bonuses. Wow. So when these people probably realize that many people are withdrawing the money and they are doing withdrawals at increased rate, they also come up with a strategy of giving you bonuses. And these bonuses are given to you as long as you make certain deposits, or if you belong to a certain class of people who have invested a certain amount of money into the platform, then you are given special privileges or bonuses. So one reason is to just ensure that rather than withdraw, you continue to deposit into the platform. And the ironic part of it is that the withdrawals are delayed, whereas the deposits are faster. So that should tell you that this is not a sweet deal as it sounds, or as it seems to be. So you should be very careful when you realize that they are giving out now the bonuses they are giving. In fact, at some point they give bonuses that are too huge bonuses that have not been given before. They are given, for example, if they were giving you 3% initially, now they introduce a different percentage. They say maybe today you'll receive 4%, or today you receive up to 7 or 8%. And that's very weird. When you begin to see such things, know that the platform is soon going to disappear, because again they are targeting your money. Once you invest, once you deposit a certain amount, then you know that already they are going to get the money. And once it's with the platform, of course, there is nothing you can do about it, especially if the withdrawals are taking a lot of time to happen. And as I mentioned to you, once you realize the withdrawals are taking a lot of time, then that's a really, really good sign to know that the platform is disappearing. And okay, so one of the reasons why withdrawals take a lot of time at some point, or rather the reasons why withdrawals delay, could partly be because of the queuing and the number of transactions, withdrawal transactions that are being undertaken by people in the platform at a particular time. So it's just like a bank where there are many people queuing at the bank wanting to either deposit or withdraw the money. But to some extent that could also not be true, because you will find out that there are some Ponzi schemes whereby the deposits will be faster, whereas the withdrawals will take a lot of time. So it is a very weird scenario, given that you're all transacting within or interacting with the same system. So it should be that if the withdrawals are slower, then the deposits should also be slower. But if the deposits are very faster, are very fast compared to the withdrawals, then you should question whether it is really true. Now, another reason why withdrawals will take time could be possibly because this is an investment platform, you see, and the people who are controlling the system, or rather the admins, are the managers or the owners of the investment platform. So they have everything within their power to do anything so as to control how the investments are being carried out. Remember, they're the ones who have come up with this system, they're the ones who have set up the bonus and the reward system, and there's the same people who will disappear with your money. So they are capable of doing anything, and one of those things is to delay withdrawals. The reason is because they will want you to continue investing. So when you try to do a withdrawal transaction and it fails after a few days, maybe you will reach a point and just consider leaving that money instead of withdrawing it, because after all, if you had an emergency and you haven't received your money in 2 days, then it means that it isn't even important. So rather than withdraw the money, you would opt to just leave it in the account. So I believe that part of the reason why the withdrawals delay is to just discourage you from withdrawing the money, but instead continue to invest. And the more you continue to invest, the more opportunity, or the more chance they have to get your money increased on the platform. And when they leave, then they'll definitely leave with your money. So watch out for that and be careful when you begin to see such signs or things happening with the withdrawal. That brings us to the third point, which is an upgrading of the system. The third reason for you to believe that a platform is soon going to disappear is the fact that they always say that the system is being upgraded. So you realize that there are many people who are making withdrawals. There are many people who maybe they want to get the money back, or perhaps they have realized, well, something is not going well and maybe I need my money back. The money in their millions and hundreds of thousands people have invested in. So you realize there are a lot of transactions, and they will also claim that there are a lot of withdrawal transactions, and so there are many people who are in the system trying to withdraw, and so there is a queue. So they tell you have to queue and wait, and you have to wait longer so that you can receive your cash. And so to also make sure that they give you a reason to believe that indeed the withdrawal is taking a lot of time, and because many people will be knocking at their doors trying to find out what the issue is or to get the issue sorted, they will tell you that kindly be patient, the system is being upgraded, and then the withdrawal will begin to be faster. So once you realize that they're beginning to tell you that the system is being upgraded, just know that the clock is ticking, and they will soon disappear, because it is usually when they're doing those upgrades in quotes that they disappear. So you will wake up one day, probably when you're opening your app, you're trying to check the amount that you had left there the other night before, or rather the night when you slept, you left some cash, and then you wake up to only find that there is nothing in the account, or maybe you can't log into your account, or the app is misbehaving, you can't do anything about it. Then you know that it has happened and you have become a victim of a Ponzi scheme. And so usually these things are difficult to identify at first. Usually these things may be difficult for you to realize or notice it, especially if you have believed in the stories they've given you over time of compounding and doing all of those things. It doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It works, of course. They tell you invest a certain amount, you get this bonus, you get that. Yes, it works. Actually, some people have people get the money, people get the bonuses, but it's always a matter of time. So I hope that you will be able to know whether a site is still going to remain in the market or it's soon leaving the market. But one thing I would advise you is that you do not fall for these Ponzi schemes. Having known this, if you have any more suggestions or any other signs that you think are worth noting, you can share in the comments below, and then you will help to also enlighten others. So that brings us to the end of this video today. I really want to appreciate you for watching. Thank you for watching. Kindly like, share and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to share this video to enlighten others as well, because you are not the only victim, and the only way to enlighten others is to share information that is useful, and this is worth it. Please share with your friends, share with your loved ones, and let them know what's going on, because the only way to beat this is to know. Once you know, you will not be scammed again. Otherwise, thank you and have a nice time. See you again in the next video.